Hello and welcome back to the bi-weekly podcast that's supposed to come out every week. I am your co-host, Mega Reds fan, here with my co-host,
Palebird Painter.
and this is TGOM episode 28.
Comes back in, and there's a nail sticking out of the back of his head, and it's like deep in the back of his head.
Yeah, didn't he die?
Yeah, I killed him.
Okay. I just needed a refresher.
Yeah,
to remember.
he's dead. The orgy server, of course.
Yes, the orgy server. That's crazy. There's drama in the Lego Battles Reddit.
I guess. We used to play 3 people on a Chromebook, which you have to understand, that is the most cramped keyboard. We had 3 hands.
You're like, shut down. It's like, alright, shutting down, Brian. Like, no. Yeah. Beware of the well. Sometimes you can still hear them at night whispering, Arigato. Welcome to my Facebook Live.
28.
I thought this was 26. No, I'm kidding.
26
I'm kidding.
Wrong.
That
Um
was my making a joke of being gone for a little bit again.
I'm sorry. I'm the joke guy, so can it?
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I guess I'll let you make all the jokes. God, bro.
Anyways, on to some gaming news. On to some gaming news. Did you hear that Trump's house in Florida got raided by the FBI?
What? That's crazy. That's awesome.
If I read it correctly, I didn't save any links for some reason because I think I found this on the toilet at one point. But I think it was something like he still had the nuclear codes or something.
That's funny.
Like in his house, and they were like looking for him, which is really funny.
Oh, that's funny. He really was like, I'm gonna save these.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, what if I forget them? I gotta write them down on like a little scratch pad, like or notepad,
Mhm.
easy. I just want to imagine it was like a post-it note on his fridge that said, "Don't forget nuclear codes," and it was like written in big bold letters or numbers or whatever it is.
What's the at Trump war room?
Oh my goodness.
This account punches back 10 times harder, managed by Save America. Sorry.
And
I looked it up because I wanted to see if there's anything here, and I just got
some other stuff.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, people are gonna be on his side about this too. It's
yeah.
But he needed those just in case the government betrays us.
Amen.
He's the only one that knows the truth.
Amen.
If he doesn't
brother.
have them, yeah, it's like if he doesn't have them, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, and it's like, oh my god, like he's literally going to destroy this world.
China sends troops to Russia for joint military exercise. Let's go.
Uh-oh.
I'm just on Twitter now.
Oh no. That's a little scary. It's a little scary, not gonna lie.
Why is
Everything,
accidentally trending?
Accidentally trending.
Sorry,
it's because Trump accidentally kept the nuclear war codes, warhead codes. It's just a little accident. Whoopsies.
Apparently, the Trump Organization CFO has pled guilty to tax fraud.
Why is there still like a Trump, like anything? All of it gone. Get out of here.
Well,
delete.
They were trying to impeach him. I don't know if this happened, if this ended, if whatever. But the reason they're impeaching him is so that he can never run for president again.
Yeah.
And
I hate that he hasn't been impeached yet because of technicalities that he wasn't the president when they were trying to impeach him. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
Bro, he tried to overthrow the government.
Have I talked about that the day like the Capitol raid happened? And
yeah, you were texting me. You're like, "What is happening? Is this like a fever dream?"
Well, me and my dad were watching the TV, and like they're like, "Oh, we're getting a message from Donald Trump now," and they play his Twitter video, which is already really funny, and he's like, "Guy, I do not condone people raiding the Capitol building, even though they have a valid reason to do so." don't do it. It's not a valid. You have a valid reason to do so because I was robbed, but you can't. Don't do that. It's like, oh, shut up, dude. You're not helping at all.
It's like, oh, y'all are completely right for doing this, but don't do it, even though you are completely justified in every action you're currently making.
I mean, that's
Like,
essentially what he
huh?
said. That's essentially what he said, but it wasn't
What do you
exactly
mean?
that.
Yeah, it was along those lines. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
You have the right to raid the building as a member of the America. Whatever. I also,
Like,
subconsciously, I feel like I have a problem with people calling United States citizens Americans because there's like 10 other countries within America, like North America, and there's also South America. So
oh,
you could call anyone an American that lives in like Guatemala because they're technically from Central America.
oh
So
yeah.
then when you're calling me an American, it's like, yeah, I was born in North America, but I'm a United States citizen actually. I mean, that's not
That's
really
a
a big
good
gripe,
point.
but it's like
I
just
mean,
a literal like,
it's
yeah,
yeah, because like because if you go to South America, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're Americans." It's
yeah,
like, and like for me, that's like always been a little weird. I'm like, what? No, but it's
yeah,
like, no, they are. Like
yeah,
they're
they
in
are,
South America. They live in the Americas. Like that's right. It's just really weird to think about. Like
dude. Imagine,
that's the arrogant Americans or U.S.
yeah,
citizens rather.
oh for sure, yeah, it's the
Like
Americans who think they are
we are we
we
are a
are
part
the
of the United States.
world.
We are the Americans.
Yeah,
We are the only Americans in the United States of
amen,
America.
amen, amen, brother, amen.
Also,
Tell
about the
them,
riots.
aliens, tell them, amen.
Also,
Yeah,
with those riots, I feel like what if that was like a test, weeding out the stupid or something? You know,
test to weed out this. What do you mean,
like
people that
like
believe in like QAnon or whatever?
anyone who like went and did those riots, it's like, okay, so you are stupid.
Oh,
Like, get out of here. Like,
yeah. Well, I think
I want to imagine God is setting up a bunch of tests and stuff. Like, if there's a God, he's setting up tests to weed out all the stupid people.
it's really ironic that these people are like, we won't be sheep. We'll fight the system, and then they're just being sheep to a man who's in power. Was in power, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah,
It's technically still in
literally.
power to all these people, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah. Like, talk about being a sheep. If you aren't a
yeah,
sheep, go live in the woods, like off the
yo,
grid.
got him,
Like
dude.
like if I find someone who like genuinely is like, yeah, I don't pay taxes. I don't live a part of your world. I built my own cabin, find my own food in the wilderness, make my own shit. I don't live anywhere in your society. This is my place. All right. That's no sheep. They live in their own life. Like
Amen.
bro, they don't need nothing from no one.
Yeah, I think everyone's a sheep in their own capacity. Some
Honestly,
are more
yeah.
sheep than others, but yeah.
I mean, like yeah, honestly, because that's just kind of how society is built.
Yeah.
It's like someone will like lead a group and then everyone in that group will decide whether they want to follow or not.
Have you
And if people are
ever
like, "Hey, I like this idea. Let's follow." What?
have you ever been in like I don't know, like a doctor's office or something, and there's a bathroom and you have to use the bathroom, but you're not sure if you should get up in case the doctor calls you? And then you see someone else get up and use the bathroom, you're like, "Okay, I'm going to go use the bathroom now." And then like two other people follow you. It's like the idea of
Yeah,
monkey see, monkey do, where like that
pretty
person then
much.
feels comfortable because that first person did it, and then the other people see that one other person
Literally.
did it, and then they keep, yeah.
Yeah, like it really is. Like that's kind of how society and humans are kind of built. It's like if I see a success here, then I'll follow that success.
Yeah.
You know, no matter how small or how big, it's like I'm going to follow that because it seemed to work out for them, so maybe it will for me too. So let's try it. Let's follow the lead.
And then
You
the
know.
secretary gets mad at you for going to the bathroom. Stop!
Yeah.
Sit down! Yeah.
It's like, but all of them did it. It's like, well, don't be a sheep, bro. Don't be a sheep.
Exactly. Don't be a sheep.
Yeah. It really is kind of interesting how society is because of that. Like, I was watching an anime about he was essentially like a melee player, just anime form. And he's like, I hate life because everyone sucks and I'm not good at it. And then this girl was like, well, I am second best at this video game. I've almost beat your butt so many times. and I don't feel right losing to someone who's so bad at the game of life. So she teaches him how to like be social and like how to present himself and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And like it was just like a really cool anime, like showing how society works. And I was like, "Ooh, I like this. This is a perfect anime." I
Mid.
wish I
Okay.
knew the anime off the top of my head because I'd definitely love to show you that one.
Uh-huh.
It's really good.
Sounds
But
mid,
like
honestly. Kind of cringe.
like she gives him like goals and tasks and stuff, and it was like, "Hey, your like daily quest is like talk to a girl 3 times today. Tomorrow your daily quest is like get 2 compliments, you know, like get like so that he can get like experience points in the real world, you know."
Hmm.
Like it's so funny to me. It's a really good one.
Have you ever had your lunch money stolen? Or seen someone get their
Not
lunch money
ever.
stolen?
Considering my mom always just put it in like digitally, no.
Okay. Yeah,
Like yeah, like when have I ever held physical cash for lunch? Like never. Never in my life.
yeah. I don't.
Like
Yeah.
like it was a fear when I was a kid. I'm like, "Oh my god, what if they steal my lunch money?" Like I'm like, "Well, actually, I don't know how lunch gets paid for, so I don't know how that would work."
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
I don't know.
because we had to put in like pins. It's like, okay, now here's your like 5-digit pin. Type that in at like, you know, when you get your food. And then like, okay, you're good to go. Like, you know, they kind of were setting us up for real life a little bit with that. It's like put in your pin number and show your ID.
I
So
guess, yeah.
like a little bit. I don't know.
I mean, it was a terrible password. It would, it's all numbers, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. The funny thing is I still use that password to this day.
I would change
Like
that.
it's not just that though.
Okay.
I use that like you know how like I talk about how my like passwords are like 25 digits long and such.
Yeah.
I'm just like jumbling up like 4 different passwords.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like here's like 3 random words that I've just memorized. Now let's put them in a random order and like mix up these numbers in there. Yeah, there we go. Password.
Yeah, I just write words and like add symbols into the words. Which you can
Yeah,
you've seen some of
I've
my
noticed how
passwords.
you
You
do
can
that.
attest to how weird my passwords are.
Yeah, your passwords are wild, and like you'll like, I feel like you on purpose like misspell certain words so that it's
Yeah.
like harder to guess.
Yeah, I did.
I'm like, that's wild.
Yeah. I also like writing little messages in there,
Like
Usually it depends on like
so
what
funny.
I'm doing, and I'll like write or what password I'm making, like what the service is. I'll change like what it says.
That's like that's so funny to me. Like we've made jokes after that where we would start like mispronouncing like words because we thought it was so funny. It's like, all right, this is buousness or something like that. I was like, it's great. I love it.
Are you done yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I've been done for a minute. That's why we were talking about random stuff.
Yeah, I could tell, but I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I never did confirm that, huh? I've been done since we started talking about lunch money.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's just so weird. Why did like every children's TV show be like, "I'm gonna steal your lunch money"? Like,
it's because people in the 80s and 90s think that's how life truly is for everyone past them.
Yeah, good point.
You know, it's like, this is my experience. So this is clearly every generation after's experience. And then they're like, oh, wait, actually?
Yeah.
And like, if we ever made TV shows, we'd be like, oh, yeah, put in your PIN and like show your ID. Or whatever, if we were showing people paying for lunch. It's like, hey, nerd, give me your PIN and ID.
Give me your PIN number.
Yeah. But like in the next generation, it's like, actually, we scan our faces. Like, that's weird. What do you mean PIN number?
That's crazy. If a kindergartner has to scan his face to buy lunch,
that's
dystopian.
Like, give us your retinal scan.
Retinal scan, Jimmy. Jimmy,
like,
give the lunch lady your retinal scan. But my mom says that she works for QAnon and I can't give away my identity. She's gonna take me to the pizza place where they take children, the Democrats. Oh, Jimmy.
Oh my god. Like, I just love the idea of like the future getting more and more crazy to the point that we will literally never understand it. Because like, we're pretty high tech,
We're
compared
pretty
to
in the
like our
now.
compared to our parents and stuff. Now let's think about the next generation, bro, things are gonna be wild.
I mean,
Because like,
I think we're already kind of hitting that because, like, with Fortnite, like neither of us like Fortnite, but there are millions of people who play that game.
all right, I'm starting to think we're not in the now because of Fortnite.
Yeah, and granted, lots of the people that play it are also old, but like even I don't think they understand how addictive the game is and how easy it is to just like spend $50 on random garbage.
Yeah. Like, oh god, Jacob, I'm scared for the future of gaming even more now.
Yeah.
Because the kids that grew up playing Fortnite, they're like, wow, this inspired me to make video games.
No, I made my own. It's gonna be battle royales for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, that's
All
gonna be like
games
the
are
only
going
thing
to
that
be pushed
exists.
aside. Only battle royales. Final Fantasy, the battle royale. Final Fantasy VII, the remake,
no.
battle royale edition.
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie, that got me a little excited.
Don't. No, Nick. Stop. Pull yourself.
Don't worry.
Don't be a sheep.
I won't be a sheep. I promise I won't be a sheep.
Yeah.
Ooh, but what if it was like, what if there's a Final Fantasy but like Valorant?
Final Fantasy Val. I mean, that's better than battle royale at least.
Yeah, battle royale kind of wouldn't make sense for that. But like, imagine people like going around like, I cast Blizzard, just like pew pew.
I
That'd
mean,
be ridiculous.
Yeah.
That'd be ridiculous. Oh my god. Call them guns.
Cloud with a gun. Never crazy.
I can see Cloud with a gun because there are a lot of guns in that game. But imagine like Titus, like freaking like what, like Surfer Boy out here with like an assault rifle. Like
something I've never understood about Final Fantasy is like, why does Cloud have a sword and like all the other guys have like guns? It's like, do like soldiers use swords again instead of guns, or is it like his memento weapon?
Bit of column A, bit of column B. A lot of soldiers use like big beefy weapons because they're easily enhanceable and such. And they pack quite a punch, as you could probably tell.
Yeah.
Something being 200 pounds swung like it's like nothing.
Yeah, that he holds with one hand casually.
Yeah, like it's 200 pounds and he's casually swinging through people with one hand. It's gonna pack a punch. Like, that's intense.
Yeah.
And it works really well as a shield, as has been shown in many cutscenes and in some like one of the movies.
Yeah.
Like, it's just as good of a shield because it's like 6 inches thick or something. It's like really thick for no reason. It's crazy.
It's wild.
Yeah, it really is a multi-purpose weapon.
Anyways.
Well, no, just two purposes. But it's also memories because someone who died gave it to him, but he forgot that person existed.
Wow, spoilers! Jesus Christ, spoilers!
I know, right? I'm so sorry.
Spoilers!
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Spoilers!
Spoilers!
A little late, but whatever.
For a 1995 video game.
Yeah. Okay. So we talked about Guilty Gear Strive, right? We talked about Biken, who's from Guilty Gear Strive, with her big, massive badongas.
Badongas.
Well, anyways, they released a new character. Her name is Bridget. She is a trans woman. So, and that's actually the second. That she wasn't okay. There's also a character named Testament who is non-binary. They are I didn't use a pronoun, but they are non-binary, and I believe originally they were a woman. In other games,
they's a pronoun. Excuse you.
Yeah, but they're non-binary. That's why I said they. Come on. That's something that did throw me off. I was watching a video about Ezra Miller, who is like he's the Flash, but he's also a terrible person. Um, and the person talking about him was using they them because he's non-binary as well. And every time she said they, I was like, wait, is there multiple people? I was like, no, it's the one person. I kept like
It's
tripping
so
out about like,
confusing.
wait, there's multiple people. No, it's just the one guy. But I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
you just said a sexual something yeah, you said guy. What?
yeah. I'm not
What?
making fun of it. I was just saying it like
Yeah.
sometimes would trip me up
It,
when
it
she
throws
would
me
say
off.
they.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Non-binary's never made sense to me because it's like,
Something that
it's
I don't
weird.
understand.
It's strange.
Not to like throw myself under the bus or anything, because I mean, you are who you are. I don't. It's not
Mhm.
my. It's not my position to tell you who you are. But there's some people that have like their pronouns in their bio or whatever, and it's like he them, and I'm like,
That makes
so
no sense to me.
yeah,
But I don't care enough to
and I'm
say
like,
anything.
so
I just don't
are
care.
you a guy or are you not a guy? Are you non-binary? You just use he anyway, or are you a
Like
guy who doesn't
it's
want to be called
it's
his?
it's kind of redundant because it's like everyone is a they them. Everyone.
I mean, yeah, everyone
Like,
can
oh
be a
yeah, they're over
they
there.
them.
Like it's literally universal. It's a global term referring to everyone. It
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, they're over there. You know, like it it's
I don't
not.
know.
It doesn't make sense to specify he and they. It makes no sense to me, like at all, because
Anyways,
it's a bit redundant.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely weird. No offense to anyone, but like it is weird to get into or weird to try to get right. And it always feels like
And
I don't
again,
want to. Okay, I don't want to be like I can't make jokes anymore. These snowflakes, they're so sensitive. I can't joke about anything. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more when you're making a joke. You have to be a lot more courteous, I guess, to other people because this isn't 2005 where you can just make fun of people for being fat. Um. So, but oh man, now I'm thinking about fat
oh, the
people.
days of 2005
I'm not thinking about fat
when I
people.
could
What am I thinking
when I
about?
could make fun of your
Right.
jelly rolls.
Yeah. You have to be. Oh, that's what I'm trying to say. You have to be like very knowledgeable about who your audience is.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you know,
If you say
I
the wrong thing in
we
the
both
wrong
have.
crowd.
I think we both have pretty edgy humor. Obviously, we're
Oh,
not like.
yeah.
I don't think we're over the line in being like 9/11 is funny or anything, but you know what I mean. Every once in a while, you and me will crack a joke that's a bit
I just
racy,
want to imagine.
probably.
I just want to imagine we're like, hey, 9/11, right, guys?
Am I right, fellas? Yeah.
Like,
Um.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's our first. If we ever do a tour, it's our first gonna be. We walk on stage. Hey guys, hello Portland. 9/11. Am I right, guys? Just nothing. Just crickets. Like, yeah, it was a tragedy. All right.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, you have to be really careful because people offend easily, which I know I said I wouldn't say, but I am saying it. Um, and I don't think that's a problem. I just think that you just have to know your audience when you're saying like,
Yeah, you gotta be more careful.
and you have to be careful of like the pronouns you use, and because that could unleash hell on you. Like, so let's say in a video I accidentally said something that is derogatory towards a trans person or something. Like I used I don't know, I said something that isn't supposed to be said and I didn't know cuz I'm obviously not plugged into the trans community. Um
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden like people are bringing up people are like he was always a transphobe and they start bringing up like our WikiHow video where I say like I hate Hispanics or something as like clearly as a
Mm-hmm.
joke. And like he also hates Hispanics. He's a Trump supporter, or like and it's
Yeah.
like even if I apologize, I feel like people are like he's lying to us. It's like it's like it's a slippery slope. Once you get into controversy, it's like the cultural like
It's
like
that's all you are now.
the culture
Is that
built
controversy?
in now is like immediately turn on you and push you down a hill until you don't have a career anymore. So
This kind of reminds me. There was a video. My friend Raul showed me. And it was about this guy who was like dressed as like a stereotypical Mexican guy or whatever. You know, he had a poncho, fake mustache, holding maracas, and had a sombrero. He went around like to a bunch of U.S. citizens, and he was like, "Do I offend you?" And he's like, "Yes, because this is cultural appropriation, and you don't understand this culture." And that was like what like 10 different people had said. Then he had actually gone over to like Mexico and started asking people like, "Do you like my outfit?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, we love it." And then he was like, "Do I offend you?" And like, not at all. Like, what? Why would we be? You know, like stuff like that. I was like, that's funny.
yeah,
So
I don't know.
sometimes the people offended aren't even the people it's talking about.
Yeah.
So it's like, not only do you have to worry about like knowing your audience and like being like, oh, I know what doesn't offend you. It's if you say something wrong, someone who isn't even that group will be like, that's offensive to them. It's like, I mean, cool, thanks for trying to stick up for us, but like, we don't care. You know, like sometimes we just don't care about certain things.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that makes sense.
but
yeah, I think it's maybe has to do with like I don't know. I don't want to say anything.
It's so weird.
Like,
it's so weird.
Cause like yeah.
I wish I understood. Like if something makes me that uncomfortable, where I'm like, ooh, I don't know if that what they said is like right or wrong, I'm gonna stay out of it. I'm not gonna like correct them because like I don't know if that's actually offensive or not.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm saying to myself, I ain't repeating that. I'm not talking about this. I'm outie.
I mean, you talk about the guy with the sombrero and the what would be a stereotypical Hispanic, Mexican, or whatever. If I saw that, I'd be like, I mean, I don't know if that's racist per se, but I don't know if if you're supposed to do that either.
At first I was like, oh yeah, that's a little odd. Like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
like, I would have no idea how to gauge that. And then I saw like all these people like, oh yeah, we're fine with that. I'm like, okay.
And at the same time, like even if I was like watch that video and I was like, oh well, his Mexicans love it. Well then, yeah, that's awesome. I love that too. But you know,
yeah, it depends on which side you see first.
But then the white people get mad at you on TikTok. You know, so.
Like depending on which half of that video you watch first, your opinions will completely change because you just really don't know which way would be the right way at the beginning. Unless you have the whole story, you're just like, I don't know what's right here.
Yeah, I think that's why white people.
So difficult.
That's why people should just like stay in their lane. I guess I don't know. I mean, obviously, I feel like if there's racial injustice, you should take action no matter who you are. But if you're like just seeing a guy in a sombrero walking around, I don't know if you should.
Yeah.
Be like, you're like culturally appropriating all Mexicans.
Like, if you see something that looks offensive, and then you see someone like actively feeling like, oh, hey, this is like actually affecting me, and they're not saying anything, then you could probably stick up for them, and like that's completely okay.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're like sticking up for people that aren't even like upset, it's like, come on, bro. It's like, you know, they're clearly okay. They don't need to be defended. They're fine. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I've had people call like my friend homophobic because like, ha, you're gay. I'm like, and I'll like make a joke back or whatever. And they're like, wow, that's like so offensive to him. I'm like, I mean, we're just having a good time. Like I'm not actually mad at them. Like they're not actually being homophobic towards me. It's this is just, you know, we're making jokes.
Yeah, I think it's an audience thing too.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need to defend someone. Like it's weird. It's so weird. Some people are really overly sensitive. And then some people are just not sensitive enough. It's strange. Weird world we live in.
Yeah. I just want to say the TGOM podcast does not stand with the ideas of either of our hosts. I'm kidding. So if we get...
Just put a warning at the beginning.
If us two get canceled, we can just put in two different people and still, you know...
Exactly. We'll just run it from the background.
Exactly. Anyways,
like what
back
Scott
to Bridget.
Does.
Bridget.
Oh my God! I got way off topic.
Was born a man, I believe, born a boy, and then was raised as a woman, and then she decided that she wanted to be a woman, and now she's a woman in Guilty Gear Strive.
And
interesting. people like I saw something. Well, again, I think you're right about the people being overly sensitive because I think there are people being like, I hate that these companies are putting in trans characters. It's so disgusting. They're just trying to, they're profiting off of, something that is whatever. But then I saw a really heartwarming tweet that was like, my trans friend saw this character in Guilty Gear Strive and was like, I'm gonna picked up the game and started playing as Bridget because they like the character so much.
Oh,
And I was like,
oh,
that's
that's
cool.
sweet.
Yeah. And then the silly people be like, this is appropriation. Stop. Cancel. So it's a slippery slope, and it's the talk about it. I think is us slipping, but who knows?
See, like I do appreciate when I see an in-game character. I'm like, oh, they're like actually gay. Like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, if done well, like it's really cool. Like if it's like, oh hey, I'm a character that exists. I'm also gay, but like we don't really talk about it because I don't need to. But yeah, that's like, my hubby. You can tell from this like side thing going on. That's my hubby over there. Like, oh, that's super cute. I love it.
This is It's like if being that like gay or LGBTQ in any sense is like their entire character, then it's like
that's annoying. And
it's like you're just like trying to profit off them you're trying to get that group to buy your comic or whatever.
Oh.
But if it's like part of their character that like affects them and how they think, but it's also not their entire character, like they still do things that
it's
other
like,
people would
oh
do.
hey, I'm gonna protect my husband because me and him love each other or something. It's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's good. It's like because you have like an increased feelings for that person over there. Great, love it. But if it's like, oh my god, I'm just like so gay, like oh my god, like gay, like no, stop.
I love rainbows.
Yeah,
you wanna come to the Pride Parade with me? I love rainbows.
Right. If you really like write in a gay character that their whole thing is like, hey, we're gonna go to the gay parade. Yas. Like, no.
Yeah.
No. Like
And I mean,
also,
I guess I don't have a voice in being gay, so I guess you should take this if you want.
So it makes me think of because gay characters have like been in games for a long time, longer than people realize.
Yeah.
But like there was a lot of games that would make the main villains gay because like they're like, oh, gay people bad, so we're gonna make them the villains.
Amen, like, brother. Amen, brother.
Like there was this, I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but like at the end of the game or near the end, you find the villains, and it's like these two sisters that are like in an incestuous lesbian relationship.
Let's go.
And like they're like super evil, like killing people and stuff, but it's like, it's like, oh my god, they're two girls and they're doing incestuous stuff. Like, look at them,
Isn't that Far Cry?
And like, I have no idea. No idea. Like, it was just like I was like, huh, this is kind of crazy. And, like, there's just like a lot of older video games where it's like the gay character or whatever does like really bad stuff, and it's just like they're kind of the foul of the story. They're just like the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like even like Grand Theft Auto, one of the games, there's like a gay schizophrenic that's like super bad.
That's another thing. Like people criminalizing mental disorders. Like the guy with a split personality, or one of them's a murderer or something. It's like people get scared of people that have mental disorders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bro, that just made me think. There are people in school that would come up to me and be like, hey, by the way, you being gay is a mental disorder, right? I'm like, fuck you too. Damn. Okay. Fuck you too.
Yeah.
Like, okay, bro.
Thanks, man.
I'm talking with you.
Thanks. I'll call my therapist right away.
Like, and they're like, wait, why are you mad at me? I'm like, you just said that. Okay.
You said I have a mental disorder. What do you mean?
Yeah. Like, they got upset that because all I said to them was like, fuck you too, and walked away. And like, what? Why are you so mad at me for? I'm just stating facts. I'm like, bro, get out of my face. That happened to me like a couple times.
Yeah, like people are stupid.
Yeah. And like it was someone I was like kind of close with at the time too. I was like, bro, like how could you really say that to me and think that's cool?
I'd burn that bridge.
I kind of did. Like, I
Okay.
haven't talked to them in like 3-4 years.
I cannot believe you know you have a mental disorder, right? It's like, huh?
Yeah, like I was kind of mad. I was like,
How is
bro.
how is being gay a mental like because you're like
uh,
you're so like you have
because
your brain.
liking men is wrong.
Well, I know obviously, but you have your wires connected like love girls, like boys, and like you just like when you come out
I
the
just swapped
womb,
them.
your
Yeah.
mom like drops you on accident or something, and those get like twisted or something. It's like love boys, like girls or something. It's like, oh my god, he got the gay syndrome. Someone take him.
My God. Like, that was just so funny to me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. Like, people in high school were really telling me that. I'm like, oh my God. Wild. Oh,
I
man.
I told I told my mom and my sister a few days because they're talking about my sister worked at a summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
And she talked about the story of like a kid who revealed himself in front of a girl. I don't even know if I should talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. And I remember we got home and they had just told me in the car, and then we got inside and I told I told my mom and my sister, I'm so sorry you're a woman. I'm I could not believe the amount of like harassment women could go through like on a daily
Yeah.
basis. Like yeah, and I apologize because I felt so bad. I shouldn't
Like, I
laugh, but
apologize.
yeah.
I apologize for all men in the world.
Yeah,
Oh
that I think
my
I
God.
said that too. I was like, I apologize that you're have to deal with us. 'Cause
Yeah, it is
it's
kind of
it's
wild.
wild, especially with like heard about Andrew Tate. I don't want to talk about this guy, but
I have never heard of Andrew Tate before.
he's like your ordinary dating coach guy who hates women.
Ah,
But
okay.
the thing is that he like has millions of fans that like religiously listen to him. And he lives in, I believe, or lived in like Bulgaria or something because the rules on uh having sex with women or something like the rules of like marrying or porn, I think one of the two, like making porn were
Mhm.
like less strict. Um
Okay.
so he like I think this is alleged, but I think he runs like a cam girl website or a group of cam girls who also
Mhm.
who also lived in his house, and he like
Yikes.
yeah, and he's in like people are looking into him because they think he's a kidnapper essentially and an abuser.
You know, I would believe it.
But there's even with all this stuff, there's still millions of people that are like, he is our god. He is the best. He knows
Yo,
women
he's such
so
a
well.
legend.
He's letting the feminists know that they're being cringe. You know?
Like, I like to think that like guys aren't that bad sometimes, but like then I remember some people like that I'm related to, and I'm like, oh, you're like actually fucked in the head for thinking that way.
Yeah.
Like, someone I'm related to really is like reading this book about how the relationship is showing complete dominance over them, and like how they have to like kind of like give you all the power, and
Yep.
I'm like, no,
It's messed up.
No,
It's stupid.
this is supposed to be about loving each other.
I don't understand.
Equal partners.
They eat it up. They're like, yes, I will dominate everyone and my girl, and I'll make her stay with me. It's like, dude, you're dude, just stop.
I mean,
Like,
sure. Like, kinky sex, cool, fine, do that.
Yeah.
All you want.
BDSM,
Like, if they're into it,
do
kinky
it.
sex.
If she's into it,
Yeah.
if it's consensual, do it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
But
like if you're forcing her to stay with you by like violence, that's messed up, and you should not do that.
No, not at all.
And you should be in prison.
Some girls like a dominant personality, but not all the time. No one wants to be controlled.
Yeah. They are their own person at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's like just because something can work does not mean it is right. Mental abuse is not correct, even if it works.
Man, controversial statements here at the TGOM podcast.
I know, right? Mental abuse being bad?
Yeah.
Crazy ideas out here.
Women, we can't control them as men. Cringe. L plus ratio. L. Yeah.
And this is why, and I think that's part of the reason why so many girls become interested in me.
Hello?
That took forever.
I was watching nothing.
Man. You're watching what?
The Pokemon Worlds is happening. The World Championships in London.
Oh.
And they made a video with so there's an iconic moment where in like 2014 maybe there's a guy named Sajin Park who brought Pachirisu, which is like a Pikachu clone Pokemon, to the World Championships, and it survived like 3 rock slides from like Tyranitar or Garchomp, one of the two.
Wow.
And like it was a Pachirisu and a Salamence, and like the Salamence would use Draco Meteor, and the Pachirisu would just like stall, I think, and it would use like, I don't remember completely, but it would use other moves to like it used Nuzzle to like paralyze the entire team.
I love that.
And
move.
It wouldn't die because like it had a citrus berry and it had really high defense, and it just like, yeah. So like the world's video is like a bunch of people popping off from winning and stuff, and then it like is a bunch like monuments of like the 4 Pokemon that were on the field when it was happening. It's really cool. Sorry, but you were saying women like you because you're gay.
Oh, yes. So back to what we were saying before we had to do our little jump cut, I imagine.
Yeah. No, we're leaving that blank space of like 10 minutes.
15, like 10, 15 minutes, just chilling.
Of me sitting there, and you can kind of hear the music in the background. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Like I think the reason a lot of girls end up like liking me is because I'm not like trying to manipulate them. I'm not trying to assert my dominance over them, and I'm actually like not having real expectations from them. Like I'm not attempting to mentally abuse them to make them mine.
Yeah.
Like I just don't think a lot of guys understand that, you know, being a nice guy means don't expect things from them. Don't do things for them and then expect something back.
Expect something. Yeah.
Yeah, like
it's almost like being nice means you should be nice to someone. Crazy.
Yeah, like it's not an exchange. Like sure you can like maybe think that, oh, maybe they think better of me now, so your chances are better that they'll like you in the future, but don't expect it. Like that's not how this works.
What do you mean? I picked up her books. She's not gonna have sex with me now. Damn it.
Right? Like it's like just because you did this nice thing for her or like you helped her out a few times doesn't mean she's obligated to go on a date. Doesn't mean she's obligated to fall in love with you. Like she thinks better of you, that increases your chances. That does not guarantee this, you know?
Exactly.
Like, and don't do it because you think that that's going to happen. Like, I don't know. A lot of guys are just really, really awful about that.
Yeah.
And feel like they have a right to women. It's like, why?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Oh, where's my mouse? There it is. Okay.
Like
I
really do. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up really because I don't like them, and I know no one else does.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a podcast that I like a lot. They got heat because they like weren't all out saying that they hated him, even though they should have. They were like, he's not that big of a problem. You just gotta ignore him.
Yikes!
And in their defense, they came and like I remember listening to him and being like, "That's interesting take." I mean, I kind of see where he's coming from, but like I think the amount of
at a point you can't ignore it.
The amount of people that he affects, I think it's like impossible to ignore, especially for the women that have to try to date someone, or not have to, but want to date maybe. But anyway, they came back in their next episode and were like, "Yeah, we were stupid. I don't know why we said that." And then they apologized. And actually, that episode where they apologized was one of their funniest episodes. So
it's like telling foreigners to like don't worry about Donald Trump. Like he's not like it's like he's trying to evict everyone.
Yeah.
You know, it's like oh no, I think that should be a word.
Yeah.
It's cool that they at least like recognize, like, oh wait, yeah, that might have not been the best thing for us to say.
Yeah.
Then again, it is a podcast. Like, you're talking somewhat live and like without.
Yeah,
It's easy to make mistakes. You're just talking.
it's
You
off
know.
the top of the head. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not. You're not having pre-written things that you're like, oh, this is what I firmly believe. It's like, this is what I'm like thinking in the moment. We're talking as we go. And it's like, oh, what did I say 10 minutes ago? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
know?
what it was. I think
Like,
it was just it could also just been like, yeah, he just wasn't. The guy wasn't just. He just wasn't thinking. I guess I don't know. He wasn't thinking about the
yeah.
full picture. He was just thinking about like, oh, it's another one of the. And like, I saw the video where they were talking. Someone else was talking about this and was like, well, he's a commentary YouTuber, so he like talks about people like this all the time. So he's probably just like, oh, it's another one of these dating coaches that are mean to women, which in their own right is
Yeah.
wrong. But it's just ignore it and they don't get attention. But
Yeah.
I think that this guy
Like,
is in a whole different caliber than them.
mhm.
So
He's such a legend, bro.
yeah, he understands the
Christ.
female. He understands the femoid anatomy.
Oh
Yeah.
man, like it's crazy.
Yeah, I hate to be alive.
Jeez.
So I stream on my channel now. Every once in a while, and I've been playing a Fallout New Vegas mod by the name of, it's called The Frontier.
Big boobs. Oh, never mind.
No, not that one. I had to uninstall that one actually, sadly. No, okay. Before I get into New Vegas or into The Frontier, I had a mod, like a mod pack essentially called NPC Overhaul, and it made the NPCs look better.
Mm-hmm.
What it also does that I didn't realize was that whenever you remove the armor from a female like combatant, female hostile, they're naked. They don't have like their underwear on like they usually would in Fallout
Oh my
New Vegas.
goodness.
So there were 2 occasions in my live streams where I had to like go in and cut out the part where I accidentally removed their clothes because I sometimes
Oh
fat
my
finger and
God.
press remove all or take all and then like remove all their items and stuff. Yeah.
Oh no.
And I haven't been flagged for it. Like both times, like nothing's happening. Cause I think it's like so low grade that they just don't notice it. But
Probably, yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And so I
that's
had
bad.
to turn it off when I'm streaming. Cause I'm like, and also some of the Raider armor is like you can fully see pubes and like nipples and stuff, and it's like I don't really need to see that.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Does that make better NPCs?
It makes their faces look better. But like I don't understand. Like at least make the guys have like their penises showing when I take off their arm. Make it equal. You know what I'm saying?
I was really about to ask that.
There are mods that show like junk
double
and stuff.
standard.
There are mods that show junk, but
it's crazy that this one doesn't. It does half of the equation.
yeah,
Lazy, bro. Lazy.
lazy. Yeah. Anyways, The Frontier.
Wow.
The Frontier has been in a lot of controversy. Not recently. It's been a while ago when this came out. But there is okay. So there are 3 campaigns. There is the NCR Exiles, which is the New California Republic. There is the Legion, the Northern Legion. Sorry, because this takes place in Oregon. And then there's also the Crusaders, which are crazy Mormon Brotherhood of Steel exiles, essentially.
Yeah.
I joined the Crusaders because I thought it'd be really funny to be a Mormon. And their quests are actually pretty fun. I actually do kind of like the Crusaders. But the only reason I'm bringing this up is because the Crusaders there's like one companion in the Crusaders named America, and well, there's like a poster next to her bed that says "We love America" or something. I don't know. Anyways, I think that's why her name is America. But her whole backstory is that she was at a different Brotherhood of Steel vault, and they found out she was like, she can't feel pain. Like, so she was a mutant, essentially. Not, she's just different. And so they exiled her, essentially. And her parents like walked away from her, and she's like really traumatized now. Well, originally, you can't do this anymore. You, as the player, would have been able to enslave her. That's not a joke. You were able to like basically demean, like Andrew Tate her, if you'll use that verbiage,
Oh my
and force
god.
her to wear a slave collar, because you're like, I'll never leave you, but unless I will leave you unless you do this and this and this, you piece of poop, you're worthless, etc., etc., etc. You know,
Oh
um,
my
yeah,
god.
and that was like real dialogue you could choose, and people were like, what?
Oh, that's icky.
Yeah.
That's icky.
I like America. I think I like her character. I think it's really, well, I mean, she's hot. I'm kidding. No, she's like 17. That was a joke. I swear, that was a joke. Molly's my favorite. She's like an engineer. She's not a companion, but she's like part of the Crusaders.
I
Anyways,
gotcha.
and she is of age. Anyways, yeah, it's like, huh? Excuse me? And there are certain dialogue choices where like you're talking to America like she's like talking to you after you do something, and there's like only one option like of dialogue, and I'm like, there probably were originally like three where it was like enslave option, like, or like demean option. It's like, that's so stupid. I
Oh
don't understand
no.
why you would do that. Like, it's so weird.
That's icky.
Yeah.
Icky.
And there's also a companion named Wrench, I think. Yeah, her name is Wrench, and she has a
Mm-hmm.
dog named Bolt, and it's like a robot dog, but it's like a dog but with like robot cybernetic parts. And apparently there is or was a perk. I think it was a perk that was like, in like the description was Bolt loves Wrench a lot, maybe too much, like insinuating that they have coitus. Um,
Him and his dog?
her and the dog.
Oh, her and the dog.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There's also like 3 brothels like really close to each other, which just seems kind of inconvenient.
Battle brothels, bro. Battle brothels. It's coming back,
Not
bro.
not a battle brothel. It's just a brothel where you have
Yo.
sex.
No. They battling, bro. They're battling.
Yeah. And one of the
Yo.
brothels, the owner like enslaved a girl, so that's awesome. But that's like kind of understandable for Fallout. But
Yeah.
and also what's really funny is there's like some girls dancing in cages, which I don't understand why people think that's hot. That's kind of weird. But like what they did is, because all the females have underwear on, like when you take off their armor, like I've already said.
Mm-hmm.
But what they did for this mod is that they like painted, essentially textured over the bra with like their skin color. So like their boobs are now like this weird angular part of their chest. It's like, that's interesting. Interesting choice. And it looks stupid.
That's a little wild.
Yeah. I saw that once or twice, and it's like been caught on my stream, and I'm like, you can't see anything. It's just like a bunch of angles. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. So
I feel like they could have been able to like actually edit the model on some level to like compress it so that it looked like it was.
I mean,
that's a weird.
Just add
weird.
boobs. Or
Yeah.
don't add, just leave them how they are and put on the normal stripper clothes that they would usually wear, the other strip clubs. But like,
Yeah.
whatever.
You could make their boobs bigger so it covers the bra.
Yo,
Obviously.
yes.
Obviously.
Yes. H cup badongers. Let's go.
I think if that was what I was going for, that's probably what I would do, just because it would make it have a natural look without it being weird.
You'd make them have big boobs. Nice.
I mean, that's just the most
Nice.
effective way to.
Nice.
If you're trying to show off the boobs,
The bobas.
trying to compress the physical model or just colorize what's there,
Yeah.
both seem ineffective. Just make it so that the actual physical model underneath is bigger, so it covers that model. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Anyways, I mean, the mod itself is kind of it's definitely fun. It feels like a Fallout game because you're just walking around this frozen wasteland in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's fun, but it has its problems. Especially with the
it used
writing.
to crash every time.
What used to crash?
Fallout New Vegas every time you try to load the mods.
Oh, I fixed that with a mod pack.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I had like 120 hours in New Vegas, I think, like maybe 3 months ago, and now I have like 190.
Oof.
Yeah, like mods have like reawoken. My eyes are open to the vastness of the Mojave wasteland. But
Are
yeah,
you playing on hard difficulty now?
no, I like to have fun,
Oh,
Nick.
oh, so you're not like me. Okay.
No, we know this, Nick.
Last time I played, like I was like, dude, New Vegas is so hard, but it's so fun. Like I really forgot that I was on hard mode for a while because like, man, it's kind of crazy that stim packs don't do it instantly and that they just regenerate your health over time. And you're like, what? What are you talking about? like,
Yeah,
like you were like you. You sounded like I was saying the stupidest thing in the world. I was like, huh? What? I
yeah.
was
Like
like,
it's
oh
not
right,
Fallout
hard mode.
4. What do you mean?
Well,
'Cause
Fallout 4 it. Oh yeah, it does it in like bursts of 3, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, it's like progressive.
Yeah. Um, like on hard mode, New Vegas, it's like, oh yeah, your stim pack that does 25 health over the course of like 10 seconds. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh no. Like that is not gonna save my life. Like if I'm not in a fight, it's fine. But if I am, oh no.
yeah.
Oh no.
That's why.
Fallout 3 has it doesn't have that though.
That's why I always pick up Sunset Sarsaparilla wherever I can find it. I always pick it up because and I just pound
Doesn't the
it.
alcohol lower your stats though?
It's not alcohol. It's just soda. It doesn't even give you
yeah.
rads. It's not like Nuka Cola. It's Sunset Sarsaparilla only gives you HP when you drink it.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you get and there's like it's all over the place. It's more than Nuka Cola. So you just like buy all that.
Yeah, you just go to
Yeah.
any storage room and you'll find one.
Exactly. And so I just pound
Like-
that and try to heal myself like that, and then stem back if I absolutely have to, or if I've been crippled or something.
Mm-hmm. I need to find time to play that game again because like I need to find time to play either of those Fallout games again. Like they're so fun, but like I don't know, I just fell off the plan. I wish they worked with controllers better. They don't really.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
it's-
I don't play with
it's
the
like-
controller, so
Yeah, I don't know. It would just be interesting to play with the controller because then I could like lean back. Actually, with my new desktop, it'll be easier because I won't have to play in such a weird manner.
did you buy a desktop? Or did you buy a laptop?
Desktop,
Yo, gaming moment.
like my buddy Raul thinks I bought a desktop that's better than his. I'm like, I most certainly disagree. But
I have an i3 processor.
actually, it's a Ryzen 7.
Oh, so it's a budget
Yo.
processor.
Oh, wow, bro. We're gonna fight right now, bro.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
Wow.
You pansy.
Wow.
Whatever.
I can't believe this, bro. This crazy. This crazy, bro.
Crazy.
Okay. Crazy. I'm excited to actually be able to play Path of Exile again, though. That's gonna be fun.
Oh my god. Yeah,
like,
let's
that's
play
one of the
Tetris. Let's play Tetris.
Like, that's one of the first things that I actually thought. Oh, did you hear about Path of Exile 2? They're making it. Like,
No.
it's like
I don't really keep
Yeah.
up to date with Path of Exile.
I didn't even know Path of Exile 2 was a thing until like my friend was like, well, what would you want to play on your desktop? I was like, Path of Exile. That'd be nice to play again.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
And my friend was like, oh, you know they have a second one coming out. I'm like, what? It's probably gonna be 2023 though, earliest.
Path of Exile second
But-
trailer. One game, two
but-
campaigns.
Do you remember how convoluted and kind of confusing the gym socketing system was?
Yeah.
Yeah, they completely overhauled it.
In the
So-
first game or the second one?
Second game.
Okay.
So instead of having like anywhere between 1 and 6 slots, it'll be essentially 1 and 3 slots. And those are where you socket your actual skills and spells, right?
Yeah.
Then
looking at
it
it.
has like a connected line of these are the slots you can put your bonus things. So like this increases its range or blah blah blah, you know. Like so they don't just go into any slot at all. It's just these are the spell and skill slots. and then there's the 3 slots connected to it that are the bonuses that increase its damage or whatever have you. So it really simplifies it. So
Right.
it's just like left side here,
I mean,
skills.
why don't you just play Lost Ark, dude, on your computer?
Oh, God. Like, it wasn't a bad game. Like, the skills were fun. Like, for the characters playing, I did enjoy, like, playing around with that character a little bit. It was fun, but, like, it's not good either. You know what I mean?
Amazon games cannot hit, dude.
New World's alright. I haven't played it since last time, though.
I've played it once. It's okay.
I played it 3 times. Excuse you. $60 well spent.
Yeah.
I even ended up getting the freaking test world for it for like an extra $10, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna love this game totally." No.
Well, there's 20,000 current players playing New World. I thought it'd be a lot lower.
People really do like New World because it's like more actiony. Like, there's a lot less.
Crap! Like, there's 200,000 people playing Lost Ark though.
Jesus, it's not even that good.
Oh, but it's also down 14% in 30-day gain. Percentage gain.
Oh, wait a minute. I just thought about it. New World's actually a lot harder than Lost Ark, just because of the way the combat system works. So I guess that probably, because like Lost Ark is easier to just like pick up and play, because you just walk around spamming buttons.
Amen.
But you can't do that in New World because you actually have to like dodge roll and like you have to like move your mouse to look at what you're attacking and stuff because there's no auto target. It's not just gonna automatically go near where you're looking, like the basic attacks do. And all of your attacks and stuff can actually miss if you don't aim correctly. It's a little more skill based, as well as being, it's cool. It's cool. My computer was just too slow to really run it very well.
Yeah.
I was just like, eh.
There's 6,000 people playing Fallout New Vegas. I'm just on Steam charts now.
That's more than I expected.
Only 900 playing Fallout 3. Cringe. Game sucks. Game bad. Bad game. So in November 2021, it was at 51,000 when it released. December is at 20,000. In January, it was at 7,000.
Bro, that's crazy.
And then February was 3,000. And then March 2,000, April 2,000, May is 1,000. Then it shot back up in June to 6,000, and now it's like resting at 4,000.
Oh my god, that's insane. Also, I'm back. My task is done. I just had to send her the email.
Okay. There were 700,000 people playing Counter-Strike.
Yo, what?
That's the number one. That's the top game right now.
That game came out in like 2010, right? No, I'm thinking something else. I'm thinking of something else.
It peaked at 1 million. Holy crap! Okay, why is FIFA 2022 at 74,000? Why do people like? Whatever. Anyways,
I mean,
I like soccer, but I don't understand why you'd want to play it.
We're just not man enough.
I guess.
Actually, soccer is one of the few sports that I actually think is interesting.
I like soccer. Yeah.
Hot take.
Football. Sorry, football.
Hot take, I think soccer actually takes skill.
It definitely takes skill to fall over and act like you're hurt, yeah.
Well, no, like soccer, like you got to do some crazy stuff, like because you're not able to use your hands, and you have to do some crazy movements with your feet to make the ball fly the way they do.
And you have to run for like hours on end.
Yeah, there's so much, and like,
yeah,
maybe I'm just a novice, but I really don't think football's that hard. It's just be beefy. Like that's it. I mean,
just tackle each other and throw the ball.
Honestly, it's just like, hey, be strong enough to not get tackled and be strong enough to keep running across the field and get a touchdown. That's all you need to know. You don't need to kick it. You get less points for kicking it. Just run across the field. Like, the one thing that would actually amount to having any real amount of skill to, like, I guess like catching the ball takes some skill. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to run backwards and catch a ball, I guess, but like that compared to soccer, there's no
Yeah.
like
Okay, can someone tell me why Marvel's Spider-Man has a remaster when it came out in like 2015?
that's a little wild.
Why?
I think it
Why?
Spider-Man sells.
I
Spider-Man sells,
I
bro.
know that. I know he does. I don't know why. Spider-Man is so stupid. I hate Spider-Man.
You don't like
And I
Spider-Man?
hate Tom Holland. I want to punch him in the face.
What? He's so cute
That's
though.
why I want to punch him in the face.
Is it because he's just so
He's too
cute?
hot, you know.
He is very hot for no reason.
Also, why are there 36,000 people playing Gary's mod?
It's like, bro, like Mance was supposed to be like a dorky nerd, but he is like way too hot to be a nerd.
Yeah. There's also
Like-
105,000 people playing Rust.
Like Tom Holland has a very cute face, and then you like then he took off his like suit that one scene. I was like, whoa, no business be doing
Yeah.
this anyway.
All right. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for listening
Okay.
to the bi-weekly podcast. It's supposed to come out every week. This has been TGOM episode 28. Thank you for listening. Listen on Spotify and YouTube. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.